Hey, what's up, everyone? We are back here with the lucky winner, Dinasty Charlie. I apologize if I said that wrong. They have just won 1,000 gems thanks to Flare Games and the official Royal Revolt 2 Rate My Base series. So he has 2,200 trophies, a medium level player roughly in my estimation. We don't actually have an account that is down there in that kind of trophy range. So we are just going through with our main level account here. I'm going to walk you through the base. Tell you what I like, what works, what I don't think works out of the base, and we're going to easily blow through this. So it's going to be a little bit different than some of the other ones in the last where we've been struggling and dying, and this one we're not going to die. You can see here we're going to only get one trophy, very, very small amount of medals because we are at like a 3,400, 3,500 trophy player. So you can't really farm weaker players. The game does not allow you to get loot, does not allow you to get trophies, does not allow you to get medals if you are attacking a weaker player. For the base setup, I actually really like how he has everything bunched up down here. For a couple of reasons. I'm typically a fan of putting most of the towers by the castle gates, but this works out well for him trying to actually gain trophies. Because if you kill the hero early on in the road pathway, you'll actually gain a lot more trophies because they only attack and defeat like 15 or 20% of your base. So you're going to see that you're going to be winning like 30 or 40 trophies when they die right there if they don't resurrect. On the downside is if they resurrect or use a scroll, they're going to get through your base pretty easily, but then you get some gems out of that. So with how he has it set up, he has it a whole kind of like death corner over here. And then he has a lot of R blasters, which work extremely well with the choke point he's got right here and this long straightaway. And then it also works well over here, shooting over all the barricades. The barricades really can't be double hits. The use of spikes, we'll see how they work out. The spikes are pretty good, actually, in the lower to mid-level range. And as you start getting higher in the game, pretty much you're going to start taking those spikes out. But we will have to see. I have made a petition to try and get spikes stronger, but we'll see how that works. So we are going in here with archers, pyromancers, mummies. They're all max leveled. And we are going to go in heal, sonic blast, and blade storm. Those are my favorite troop and spell combinations there. The archers, I prefer archers over R blasters because my archers are max level. They're very, very cheap to spawn out. You can see we can bring out a whole army of archers here. The 3 water towers right there is really excess. You don't need that many water towers bunched up together. You're going to probably want to put snake towers. Yeah, so he has just tons and tons of water towers, which don't really do anything. The snake towers are extremely beneficial, and those guys would help out a lot. And you can see the archers, they die on the spikes because they're dumb and they don't actually target the spikes. So they're going to walk by and then just take that continuous damage. And you can see they're just sitting on the spikes and they're just taking damage. And we just have a horde of archers here. And it's really, really fun to go through with a whole bunch of like weakish considering troops. Because most people consider archers fairly weak. But there's a big strength in numbers here. So you can see these guys can just devour everything. Especially when you combo them with like the heal spell or the shield spell, giving them more life. But yeah, so for here, the water towers, they don't really add anything. And if you are going to use a water tower kind of design, you only really need one because you're wanting it for that main slow effect. But now the hero's scream ability will actually take away the slow effect, so it's not going to be as effective. You can see the damage that the splash from the poison did a good amount of damage on my archers. So we'll try and make sure that we get 100% here. And I don't think we're going to do it. So unfortunately, the archers, they devoured the castle gate too quickly, and we were not able to get 100%. So we might not even actually get that trophy and we might lose a trophy here. Yep, we lost 1 trophy for attacking Dynasty Charlie there, just because we were messing around using the archers. So you can see if you are attacking a weaker player, if you do not get 100%, you may actually even lose trophies. So be careful on that. But yes, so the beginning I liked, but I don't like all the water towers. You're going to want to put snake towers there. Snake towers are extremely powerful, and then you don't need to have 3 of them like bunched up together. Put like maybe 2 of them and then 1 firebolt tower. Firebolt tower combos really well with snake tower. Unfortunately, at his level, he may not have enough gold to actually buy a a firebolt tower, because those guys are very, very expensive. They're 1.5 million to start off. So as you're creeping up, that's going to be your goal, is going to try and get a couple more firebolt towers, and then try and put a few more snake towers down there, because snake towers right now are just ridiculously powerful, and you're definitely going to want to utilize those guys. So take a quick look here. So it's really funny. So it doesn't even show water towers on his mini map here. So you would think you go in here and you're like, oh god, he's got a lot of arrow towers, a lot of skull towers, a lot of snake towers. But it doesn't even show water towers, because those guys are very, very cheap, and they're probably not even that upgraded. So definitely remove those water towers. If you are going to keep them, keep just 1, and that would help out tremendously in your defense. And again, you don't really need a water tower over there. If you are going to try and slow people down, just add a froster in your wave. Water towers is probably the worst tower in the game. So yes, I definitely am not a fan of the water tower, if you can't tell. But yeah, some people can make it work for you, especially in the lower levels. When you start getting higher up, the water towers, they're not viable. They don't have HP, they don't have enough damage output, and they don't really slow that much. They're the same kind of slowness as a froster, and I believe the water tower slowness kind of wears off faster than the froster. I may be wrong on that, but yeah, the water towers, they just don't work too well as you get higher up in the leaderboards. And anyway, put those 1,000 gems to use there, Dynasty Charlie, and congrats.